Welcome to Code STs, your topics, our views. This video will be all about loops in a Python, why we need loops, what is loops, how we use it, what is the benefit of using loop, what are the various supportive keywords like break, continue, else. Let's take an example of any collection of fruits. Okay, so let's take an example. It contains you know, the collection of fruits like apple, and then we have banana. Then we one more have like grapes. Okay. So how we iterate this? For getting the value in this list, what we have to do? We have to write something like list, and then we have to provide the index like fruits, and then we have to provide 0, or we have to get the fruits, and then index 1. Okay. So for getting this, so let's take an example of in 20. The if a list having 20 items or more than 20 items, if you get the value by writing 0, 1, 2, 3 till the 20, your code is not that much clean. So for iterating over this list, the Python has provided loops. Okay, so loops is used to iterate over sequence. Sequence can be list, it can be tuple, it can be set, it can be strings. Okay, so what is loops? Okay, to iterate over sequence. Okay, sequence can be list, can be set, can be tuple, can be string. Okay, and how we write the for loop? Okay, it's a simple. Let's take an example. Okay, so for we have to just write something like for, and then we have to pass one variable name in which it will iterate and get the value of each index like the variable, and in sequence we have to write the sequence, whether sequence can be again anything. Okay, and you have to print or you have to run some code block, and where it contains the one of the iterated value. So if we take here example of the fruits, the first time when it runs first time, it will give you the apple, and then banana, and then grapes. Let's take an example how it runs. If we write something for fr in fruits, okay, we write print if fr, it will simply run this, and then it will iterate over this fruit list. It will give you apple, banana, and grapes. Okay, run again. Okay, see printing apple, banana, and grapes, right? Simple. Okay, before doing the same thing, we have one more loop that's provided by Python, that is while loop. Again, if you have worked upon C++ and Java and C Sharp, this is mostly equivalent to for each loop. By default, in these technologies, the writing of for loop in a different way. But here Python has it's mostly similar to for each loop in a C Sharp. You can say that. Let's discuss the second loop. Second one is while. So how run it? You have to provide the condition. Based upon the condition, it will execute the code block. Okay. Once condition fail, it will come out of the loop. So let's take. We have to iterate over this list. We get the value of the list. How will the same thing can be done by while loop? We have to provide some one variable count, and the count must be less than equal to the length of the fruits. So how we write? We write something count, right? Count less than. For getting the list of this list, we use the length function. Length function provides the length of the list. List contains 3 elements, so it will provide the 3, right? Then we have to provide the colon. Okay, for printing this, we have to write fruits, right? And then we have to pass count. Okay, if you run simple this code, it will goes in infinite loop. Why? Because count has 0 and the length is 3. So this condition is always true. So it will run in an infinite loop. So for getting out of this, we have to increment the count value. And here we will use the assignment operator. In last video, I have discussed the assignment operator. So it will give the count is equal to count plus 1. Now let's run this. See here it's printing. One is from the for loop, second one is from the while loop. So it's simple to run. We have to take care of this condition as well as the increment. If you are increment based upon this, The condition exit must be the condition based upon which the loop must be executed. Otherwise, it will go into the infinite loop. Okay, these are the simple way to using for and while loop. Okay, now there is a condition. I only need apple and banana, or I only need apple once it contains banana, and afterwards I don't want to get the value. So break is the keyword. Okay, so break is the keyword which is used to exit from the loop. Okay, if you want to come out of the loop, we have to use the break, but it works based upon the condition. Based upon condition, it will exit the loop. Okay, let's take an example. Let's suppose I only need the value till once it appeared, no, reach the banana, it will go out of the loop. How we write this? We write something like if fr equal to banana, provide the colon and then break. Right? If you run this, it will only print the apple from the first one, and the last three contains the apple, banana and grapes. Let's run this. Okay, see, same. There is one more condition. Suppose I want only the apple and grapes. I don't want banana. So I want to skip this particular code block. So for that we have to use continue keyword, right? So break keyword is used for exiting the loop, it's whether for or while loop, and continue keyword is used to exit from the or skip from the code block, not from the loop. Skip from the code block and come back to main loop, right? Main loop. Let's take an example. So if you write here something like continue, it will again print apple, grapes from the for loop, and the 3 1 is already there. Let's remove this. Okay. If you run this, it will only print apple and grapes. It will not print the banana. Okay, see here, because the moment it checks for the banana, it will continue. It will execute, don't execute the below loop. Okay. There is one more keyword. It's known as else keyword. In general, in other programming languages like C++, Java or Python, else means it has to be used with if keyword. So if certain condition is failed, else will be working here. Here, else will be used once your condition is failed, else can be used. Or else is the last statement of your for loop. Okay, let's take an example first. If you run this, how we write? We write something like this. Then you can print the last value. Also, you can print any statement also that this is the last of the condition. So if it execute once all the loops are now ended, then only it will execute. Okay, let's run this. It will print the grapes 2 times. See here. Okay, so else is used to execute once condition is failed in while loop, or you can say that once loop ends. Okay, there is some constant here. If you are using continue, it will work. If you are using break, the else part will not be executed. If you are using continue, it will work. If I write something break here, the else part will not work because it's executing from the for loop. So it will not execute the else part. Right? If you run this, here you are only printing the apple. It's not going to another loop. If you print continue here, okay, it will go to the else part. See, it's going. So we have to check here also that in case of break, this else is not executed. Okay, but in case of continue, it will execute. Okay, that's a basic of these break, continue, and else. There is one more condition. If you have to iterate over the numbers. Okay, so range is the function. I have already covered this in a sequence Python list, but here also range is used for getting the numbers. If you write something like range is equal to 10, it means that it will give the number starting from the 0 till 9. So it will print something like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 9, 7, 8, 9. Range has some kind of overloading methods. So if you write something range and like 2 to 10, it means that it will start from the 2, will goes till 9. So it will print something like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So by default increment is 1. But if you want to define the increment, you can define that. So first one is the starting point, like 1. 10 is the count of the number, you can say, and the increment you can find. So this will print something like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? Let's take an example of this also. If we write, how we write this? Simple, 4x in range. First take the example of 10. If we run this, we write print x. Let's run this to print from 0 to 9. Simple, 0 to 9. If you write something like 2 to 10, it means it will start from the 2 and print the 10 number. Run this. See here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The last one, if you need something like starting from the 1, it will print only the odd number. You can say less than 10, but it prints the odd number. Okay, so these are the way to get the value of the numbers. If we want to utilize this, there is one more concept. Nested loop is also possible. You can write the nested loop. Simple. Okay, so it works. So for how it works, here for the first number it will iterate from the last 1, 0 to 9. For the second number it will iterate from the 9. It's a simple iteration of the number. Let's run this. Here. Okay. So these are the some of the concept of the loops in a Python. In the next video, I will be covering the Python functions, how the functions work, how we can define the function. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe it. Thank you.